Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? First off, thank you guys so much for all your love and support and comments. I've been reading everything. I really appreciate it. And all you guys coming over to TikTok, Melanie Williams 616 and checking it out. Really so much fun over there. I start my mornings with that, and then I go to IG and I get inspired and I'm dealing with my cards, and I feel like it just is really uplifting. And all you TikTokers out there, you're utterly amazing. So I'm just gonna have two cards today. I'm gonna let you choose from Moon or Sun, and these are messages from our ancestors and from our highest self and our spirit guides, whatever wants to come through. I felt so like everything so purified and simplified when I woke up. It's 65 degrees. It is utterly awesome. I'm barefoot in my backyard. There's not a wind. It is just peaceful and beautiful, and I wanted you to kind of be able to experience this beautiful ambiance. And again, thank you, Cheryl, for my blue crystal ball. I've just found it this morning in with a bunch of my cards, because sometimes I just carry things in my purse. I carry things everywhere, and I'm like, oh, there that is. So let's see what some of our messages are going to be, you guys. Let's start with Moon right away. I feel if you chose this, you are ready for these upgrades in your intuition. This is happening with me insofar that when I slow things down and I ask for help, it comes. I'm serious. When I put my little wish list out there, it is usually for a sense of well-being and also to slow my roll, because I'm just a fast-paced person. I like a lot of creative endeavors going on, but what happens is I leave a swathe of debris in my wake. Like I'll have a million decks all mixed up, my beads all in different containers, and then when I have to begin a new project, I'll feel overwhelmed. So I'm constantly asking Spirit and my guides to let me be more methodical in my approach, so when I go back and I want to begin something new, everything isn't everywhere and kind of like a chaotic uproar. And I'm finding that's happening, that I breathe, I listen to music, I put my things away. Going outside definitely helps, because I separate things and I make sure, things are cared for. And I feel like our intuition knows our next best, healthiest move for ourselves. So whatever we're going to tap into that's going to invigorate us, bring our vibration up, make us feel better, and we move towards that. And definitely not, it's almost like the same thing if we go in our kitchen and we make something really awesome, but we leave all the dirty dishes, all the spices out, all the debris everywhere, and then we go to make a meal later at dinner and that stuff is still there, right? So this is about simplifying. It's like starting and setting yourself up for a win the next time you do something, because everything's cleared away. And this is also about not feeling like things are hardships or tasks, but they can be meditations. Music always turns stuff into a meditation for me. One second, I have to have a sip of water. There's a few allergens out here, and every once in a while I can feel that. And again, I want to pop this next card, because this is what is going on with that. This is us simply reclaiming our energy. If our energy is scattered or dispersed, where things don't have meaning or function or true kind of enthusiasm for it, it's wasted, right? Oftentimes we used to do this with friends, because we'd collect people, places, things. We'd have too much tchotchke in our house, and we couldn't really have reverence and love for any specific item, because everything just starts to pile up. Same thing with friendships. What happens is we can relegate ourselves to a position where we are the giver, we are the taskmaster, we are the obligated person to do things. I have to be careful of this as a giver and a light worker. I want to be able to resolve problems for clients, people, family members, but what happens is I do not want to become, as I'm sure a lot of you don't, the agony aunt, where the only time you hear from people is when they have a problem or they need your help. And then every once in a while they might throw in, oh, how are you, by the way, after they ask you for like 15 things. We have to be careful with that, because we position ourselves and teach other people how to treat us. So a lot of you guys now with your intuition are going to reposition yourself for equal receptivity, where people are asking right away and inviting you, not because what you can do for them, but just simply who you are, because we're setting up boundaries. We are pausing for a moment and assessing a situation and realizing, oh, that's a little bit in heavy withdrawal where nobody is depositing. So what is happening? I need to reassess and also assert yourself and let people know too, not to hurt your feelings, but I am noticing 9 times out of 10 when you message me or connect with me, and this isn't in a professional way, because I am a professional problem solver. I do that. But this is with friendships, family members, whatever. You're saying, listen, I am noticing that 9 times out of 10 when you contact me, it's usually for a favor, for me to problem resolve for you. And I feel like it's a little bit skewed, and I just want to address that, so there is no later resentment, because we do hold resentments in that. I notice sometimes mine crop up even if I haven't seen somebody in a while and I'm spending time with them on the phone, on a FaceTime, whatever. And if it becomes a major kvetching or like heavy situation, I'll try to transition into, hey, well, what are you doing right now that you love, or what are you excited about? And if it keeps going back to that, because that cycle gets us nowhere. Yes, we want to alleviate some pressure and we can share that, but when that's all we want to talk about, what bothers us, it changes the vibration of the conversation, and you're going to be really in tune with that and reclaim your energy. Also, by working with loving compassion and knowing, okay, everybody's in different situations, have different perspectives, but I want my vibration up. I want to feel good, because you're moving towards this. You're moving towards, I feel like right now you're magnetizing abundance, wealth. Your core beliefs are right now that you can have, do, be, say, think anything that you want, and this will become your reality. We start in that virtual reality, right? We envision it, we start to write it down, we affirm it, we have gratitude for it, and then it arrives, and you are in a major magnetic phase right now where you can do this for yourself. So remember that within every kind of like little cosmic wish list, there we go. We are setting out the call to the universe. This is what I want. And we don't put all these addendums on them and, expectations of, but I don't want, because whatever we're focused on most comes into our reality. So we don't want to focus on what we don't want and or what we think we're lacking. Whenever I hear phrases like, oh, there's no good men, there's no good this, there's no good jobs, I almost cringe, because I'm like, that belief system and what you're putting out in the universe, we can definitely start manifesting that. So instead of that, there is enough for everybody. I am capable. I am worthy of this love. Great love is coming, and a pair of blackbirds just landed on the bush right next to me. And I feel like that is what's happening for a lot of you guys. You're ready for romance. You're ready to receive, and you're not going to sabotage it with any kind of insecurities and jealousy and envy and lower vibrational activities. You're just done with that, and you're realizing, when I expect the best, I look for the best, and I concentrate on that and give it my focus. That's what comes my way, and that's what's going to be happening for you, and your intuition is going to be helping you with that exponentially, group one. So beautiful energy, you guys. I love that. And your angels and ancestors want you to know, just pause, assess, breathe, know that you are worth being listened to, that you should step out and shine. Never ever, everybody really is so busy in their own little kind of carousel of life that they are not all out there, witnessing all these perceived flaws or whatever. So just get out there and go for it. And oftentimes, it's hard, but it really is true that if we don't have confidence in what we do, what we say, and where we want to go, it's hard to bring others on board with that. So when you speak about yourself, your dreams, your goals, and who you are, speak in the positive, speak in the assertive, it really will. You'll feel your spine starting to get longer and more upright, and words are impactful, as are writing things, as is, and how certain music, you all of a sudden are like, you feel stronger, better, and more capable when that music is playing, because it's those words, they're impactful. So play that song, play those beautiful persuasive phrases that let you know you are capable, you're worthy, you're winning, you're going for it, you sparkle, you matter, all of that, because you do, group one. So again, you guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. I'm having a really great spread over on Instagram too, if you guys want to check it out. It is a 12-month spread. It ends up being 45 minutes, covers everything. I had really great feedback. People are loving this. I get it back to you within 48 hours. It is just a really dynamic spread, and it's turning out really fantastic, and it's only $25. I really felt like doing something that covered a lot of issues, and this definitely hit it home. So go check that out, you guys. And now we're going to go on to number 2, which is sun. I'm going to have a glass of water. I love this so much. This deck, anything by Barbary, I love the artwork, and I believe this is either his zodiac or his Chinese zodiac. I'm not sure which one. I've just been obsessed with his decks lately. And Cherry, congratulations. I'm so glad you're starting to build up your collection. Just looking at them, and I love to watch Cherry's reviews. You guys, if you ever want to see great reviews on decks, Cherry Enchantress has just the most soothing, lovely voice, and her reviews are beautiful. And it's like just having your buddy in your room talking about tarot and oracle cards too. It's the best. So thanks for those reviews, Cherry. It gets me re-excited about my decks too. And she has her own, which are mind-blowing, so check those out. So you guys, now going on to the sun, and I'm a sun sign. I'm double fire, and I'm constantly feeling geared up about everything. But guess what? That fuse is only as long as my attention span can hold it. So how I sustain that is I promise myself, if I'm going to focus on something, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to give it my just unwavering attention. I'm going to focus, and then I'm going to follow through and close that out. Like I was saying in my other read, that what happens is we can sometimes start, stop, and we leave debris everywhere. And when we see all these hanging threads of unfinished creative endeavors, business endeavors, it's kind of like a tab that isn't closed out in our computer. It's distracting, so we're gonna have follow through. So I feel like if something is really worth doing, it's worth doing to completion. You know, you ever start making something you think, like I'll do this with canvases. If it isn't quite going the way I want, I'm like, I'll start another canvas. But I don't like seeing half-finished canvases. So oftentimes I'll just white it out and I'll start again, so I don't see all these half-finished projects, and I really try to follow through. Because here we go, here's our cards. We have patience, and I'm loving this, putting the work in, but also this beautiful mentality of, guess what? I am divinely guided in this pursuit. And when I do things with loving eyes and care, I am excited about it. I have fervor for it. I have vitality for it. I'm excited for it. Like, it's really weird. Comment down below if you ever feel guilty when it's absolutely beautiful out and you've like slept in, or you have some obligations that keep you inside the house or on a computer, and you know the sun is out and you know it's beautiful. Like that, the second I woke up, Ian even said it's going to be the warmest day of the year. As like before I even went to sleep, I like felt guilty that I wasn't going to get up earlier enough and do things, right? But then I thought, you know what? You are going to do exactly as you are guided to do if you ask right now for best possible outcomes and to have the best day you can, and look for all the beauty and magic and everything, and slow down. Because what happens is sometimes we're trying to put that whole world in that paper cup and drink it up, and by guzzling it, we're missing all the nuances, we're missing all the beauty, all the flavors of it. So sometimes just by slowing everything down entirely, knowing we're protected and we'll be guided, we don't have to have control of everything. We're in a beautiful flow state. The universe is going to bring and suggest what I should do, how I should do it, and go about things and feel good. That way we feel grounded. We're making good choices. We're collaborating with spirit. We're collaborating with our spirit guides and our ancestors. I oftentimes, when I'm at my highest vibration, I always hear my mom, and my mom's laughing. Spring was like her gig, like anything. She was in that garden planting everything under God's green earth. Like it was just, she loved it. And she'd just be sitting out on the deck. And I mean, talk about a red-haired, freckled Irish person that shouldn't be in the sun. She got the most intense sunburns where she just looked like it was a different category of skin. I'm like, whoa, like honest to goodness. Even if, and I mean, wasn't fantastic with remembering sunblock until, you know, a lesson was learned, but I'm similar like that. And I just remember she would just live from sunup to sundown outside on the deck, in the pool, in the garden, as much as she could. You know, I call it the sun drinkers, and I'm the sun drinker too. I love it. It does it. It's like it revitalizes everything. But we do have to have patience and know this season isn't going to run away from us. This earth isn't going to run away from us. Our plans, our people, our kindred spirits, our ideas, our creative endeavors, and our wish list for ourselves is not going to disappear or run away from us, especially when we implement patience and the full mentality, which is like the guidance system is always there. We're now in a flow state, and the flow state is freedom from having crazy expectations and time restraints, right? It's like, let it just happen. This is like the Matthew McConaughey walking on the beach kind of energy, like feeling the sand in your toes, smelling the salt, not in a rush. I love that, particularly the way he speaks, because there's thought and then there's delivery, but it's not, he doesn't try to overthink what he's saying. It comes out very naturally in that drawl. People that I really love that calm demeanor of that natural state. And like Sammy over at Natural Average Glow Up definitely has this, just like sitting outside, talking about her tea, talking about what she's planting in her hedges. I like that. It's a natural expression of self and how you genuinely feel. And for myself personally too, when I come on air, I really try to slow down my cadence of speech, because when I'm channeling, I get all excited, I hear these ideas. But when people speak really quickly, I feel hurried or rushed somehow. And also, have you ever been around people with anxious energy? That's one thing I have so much gratitude for, is I don't have any anxious energy. I'm just not anxious. I just let things unfold, and I think it comes with not trying to control things and being in a flow state. And a lot of my family members have this too. It's just kind of like chill thing, and that vibe they give off is everybody's welcome. That, you know, there's no kind of like fidgetiness or angst, and it's a nice feeling. And I feel like spring and summer and the sun bring that about. People just kind of melt in the sun. What other time of the year people are just going to be sitting out in a lawn chair or on the beach and they don't even have to move? It is the sun that is warming them and grounding them and making them feel good. And your ancestors and spirit guides want you to know that you're going to receive all this replenishment and all these ideas and kind of new formulations for your life, where you have great expectations for good things to come. You see new growth, you see potential opportunities, love, and abundance around you, as opposed to any kind of past restrictions. Because we do have to remember that we get indoctrinated with things throughout our life, that we see materialism, beauty products, all this kind of stuff. We're constantly fielding all this stuff. So we have to really sift what is reality and what is perceived reality through the media. And especially IG and all those things that are filtered. You know, it's like the youth culture. I hope the one thing that they really take in is things are staged. Things take great effort to look flawless and beautiful. It just doesn't happen, that lighting. Think in movies like when James Cameron flips his lid and loses his mind. It's because he's losing the perfect lighting, the perfect shot, right? Life is not this perfect shot. It's how we endure and navigate and flow through it with not resistance, but just observance, right? What is happening around us. We can either participate or not. The world is not attacking us, coming at us. I always cringe a little bit when people go, why is the world doing this to me? Or why is the world so cruel? That is people's interpretation of it, because that's their perception of the world. So this is you also shifting your perception of why is the world so wonderful, warm, and providing right now. That's what's happening with all this energy, which I love. And your last card, beautiful Empress energy, beautiful countenance, calmness in your own sovereignty. Nothing can touch you unless you let it. I love that quote from Eleanor Roosevelt so much, that says, you know, no one can make us feel inferior unless we let them, right? Everybody has an opinion, and usually the first people that emit something negative or critical, I feel empathy and sympathy for them, because that's their headspace, and that's not great. That's probably how they see themselves, and they're projecting. So I never take anything personally. Like, it is my goal in life for the last couple of years just not to. Anybody can say anything, and all of you guys on social media know this, and anybody, YouTubers, especially once you start accruing a following, you get all kinds of, I'm really lucky in my comments. I rarely get anything that's negative, but on occasion in the beginning, people, you know, there were like, just different things. Why do you speak so fast? Why don't you do this? Why don't you shuffle like that? All these weird little things. I never took anything personal. I was like, maybe I will. Some were good ideas. Some were pretty lame, but that's the thing. Let's not take it personally. If people are interested enough to advise us in a certain way, we should be happy about that and just keep it moving, you know, through the lens of love and compassion and being well situated with yourself. You're going to make really great choices. So that is you guys. Thank you so much for all your love and support and your beautiful comments. I'd love for you to go in and get it on the way. The super special, it's going over on IG. It's like a 45-minute read for your next 12 months. It covers so much, and it's only $25. Whenever I come up with these, I get really excited because I want to incorporate a lot of fun decks. I've been doing them outside because the weather's been great. I get them back to you within 48 hours, and it kind of sets us up with, like, it's an affirmation board of like, yeah, this, everything that we think is possible really is. That is the thought process of everything. I'll give you an example. When I was waking up this morning, I felt like stiff from like just doing too much yesterday. And I thought, oh, but I want to do this outside. I want to do that. And then slowly I just heard, well, stretch and ease yourself into the day and have coffee and breathe and, you know, do a little bit of yoga practices and get excited. And number one, envision yourself doing that which you want to do. It's that simple. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, that is so possible. And I've done that before, and it's no big stretch. And then you just move on to success, to next right choice, smoothly, calmly. And, you know, then you're a conduit for the light, for the high vibration that keeps you going in that direction. So love and light, everybody. I hope you have a great day.